my channel. My name is Angie. Today we're going to be making a set for a client. She wanted a Lavish Lavender Prom Set and she wanted me to do a freestyle. And you guys, this set was so cute. I'm going to put some pictures that she sent me with her dress. Anyways, you guys, I'm taking a lint-free wipe and dipping it in some alcohol just to wipe off any of the dust that was on the gel tips, and this will also let the gel stick onto the nails better. And now I'm applying my favorite nude base from Beetles. You guys know this is B071, and as always, everything that I'm using in this video will be linked in the description box below. By the way, you guys, I'm using these nail tips I got off of Amazon. These are some long Coffin nail tips. You guys know that I usually like using mine from AliExpress, but unfortunately, I don't have those anymore. So I ended up applying the nude base to the nails I'm going to ombre, and you guys, when I tried ombreing with this makeup sponge, it was just too dense and there's no color payout. You're going to take your nude base and apply it to half of the makeup sponge, and then next you're going to take your opaque color, whatever color you're going to ombre with, and apply it to the other half, making sure that when the two colors meet in the middle, you're going to blend it out with both brushes, both the opaque color and the nude base. Basically, what you want to do is you want to get all of your blending done on the sponge so you don't have to do as much work on the nails itself. And for a color that's far from the same tone as your nude base, you're going to do a lot of blending. As you can see, this part took so much time just for the blending on the sponge. You want to get it to where on the sponge it looks like an actual ombre. And just like that, I did so much work, put so much effort into this ombre and got absolutely nothing out of it. And then I had to go back to the store and actually get the right sponges. This is what your ombre should look like at the end. This took several coats. And now I'm taking that same light purple shade and applying it to the nails where I'll be putting the butterfly charms and the rhinestone trail. While I'm showing you this very boring process, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about what's going on in my life so far. That means more videos, more time to work, hopefully release newer products. My goal for this summer is to finally release the lip liner and the lip gloss duos. I know I've been telling you guys I was going to release it in January, but that never ended up happening just because I didn't have time, I didn't have the money, I didn't work as much, so I couldn't save as much for that budget. For instance, I actually filmed a video a couple days ago on how much my nail collection was worth, and the number is actually really surprising and really crazy. And I was actually thinking about filming another video, a watch me work on Spider-Man nails video, especially since the newest movie came out recently. I thought it'd be really cute to do some Spider-Man inspired Frenchies. Now that we've got our base for our nails, we're gonna go ahead and start decorating my favorite part. I used AB rhinestones and I ended up using the bigger crystals and the rounds as well. And as always, I'm using my trusty Macart rhinestone gel glue. I'm starting off by building the center of the flower by using two different sizes of rhinestones, one bigger one and then several of the smaller ones. By the way, you guys, everything you see that I use in this video will be linked in the description box below. And I was aiming for about the side center of the nail just because I wanted to do a side flower. And of course, you guys, you can go ahead and play around with the layout to your liking. This was actually my first time doing a side flower like this, and I was going based off of a client inspo pic. This definitely took several trials and a lot of practice. So don't worry if your 3D flower doesn't come out right the first time. I'm using this white 4D sculpting gel right here. This is part of a set on Amazon. When I first bought it, it was a pack of 12 for about $16, but now it's about 20 to 25 bucks. I would describe the consistency to be like a rubbery polymer clay if you've used it, or just a really tough Play-Doh. You also want to get out a clean tray of some sort. I'm using this resin palette, and this will hold all of the beads that we make. You want to aim for some pea-sized beads, and the ones that I put in this clip are actually way too small. Make sure your hands are clean and free of any lint, as it'll stick to the clay. I definitely recommend using a pair of gloves just to keep everything nice and clean. It also helps to use a stick of some sort to just dig out those beads for yourself. Using the silicone tool was honestly super dumb, so don't do that because it'll take a while. Do this instead. You'll want to make 2 bigger sized balls and then 3 smaller sized balls for this type of flower. You'll also want to make sure your nail has a sticky layer so that the beads will stay on while they cure. So I'm just taking some base coat and adding a layer of that and then curing it so that the beads will stick on. As I mentioned earlier, I had to do a little bit of practice, but this is basically how you make the bigger flower petals. You want to take that bigger bead and apply it to the nail just a little bit away from the rhinestone center. Then you're going to take your silicone tool or a cuticle stick and start pressing it down at an angle, making sure to gently wiggle it side to side and dragging it downwards so you can make a triangular petal. And then at the end of that flower petal, you want to go ahead and take your silicone brush and pinch those ends together. If your silicone tool starts sticking a bit to the gel, you can go ahead and dip it in a bit of alcohol just to keep things nice and smooth. And now for the smaller petals, you want to take that smaller bead that you made earlier and just press it down at an angle, but making sure to keep it in a circular shape. Try to not leave any huge gaps in between each petal. Make sure you don't cross over too many petals as it makes it look very messy. This part of making the nails probably took the longest since this was my first time doing it, so don't be afraid to take maybe like 30 minutes doing just one nail. Here's what it looks like after curing. They just look so cute. And now I'm going in with these bigger AB rhinestone crystals and applying to that one nail that has that glitter accent. And now I'm taking my absolute favorite butterfly charms, these silver charms, and I'm going to be using that combined with the AB rhinestones to make a butterfly trail. And I'm using two various sizes of those rhinestones. I'm using the smaller ones to make the main trail, and then I'm also using these bigger ones just to add an accent. And now I'm taking a blooming gel, which is a thicker gel, to go ahead and smooth out all of my ombre bumps. I also decided to add these corner rhinestones as an accent to the three flower nails. And then next we're sugaring our nails. This is an example of what the glitter looks like on the nail polish. And I'm still using the same purple as I've been earlier, and I'm applying this to the ombre nails. I'm making very thin lines and then sugaring on top. Before you do this, you want to make sure you top coat your nails just because it'll make the process easier and you won't have glitter in your top coat bottle. And here's the glitter I'm using. This is from TKB Trading. This is actually a microfine glitter versus a usual extra fine glitter, as you can see right here. The key to drawing these swirly lines is to use a fine, long, thin brush, as I'm using right here. This is what I usually use to make my French tips. And I'm also thickening the portion of the line that's closer to the free edge. Make sure after you draw these lines not to cure it because again, we are sugaring them with glitter and they won't stick on if you cure the gel. To make sugaring nails easier and faster and more efficient, I recommend lining the bottom of your nails with some sort of sheet of paper so you can catch all the glitter that comes off, and also using a spoon like this. I got this from Daiso. I know it's very tempting, but absolutely do not brush off the nails until after you cure. It's always so satisfying to brush off the nails because look, after you brush off all of the glitter dust, you're left with something so beautiful and glossy. I felt like the set was still missing something, so I decided to add some accent rhinestones to the ombre nails. I personally like to top coat all of my nails before I file, just to keep everything nice and sharp. Now what do you guys think looks better? Normal lighting or under low exposure? Because I personally think this makes the rhinestone shine more. And that's all I've got for you guys today. So don't forget to like and comment on what you want to see next. Subscribe for more content like this, and don't forget to live your life with just a touch of fairy dust. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!